All right, pretty exciting moment. This will be where they're mated up, I think for the last time as of now, unless something weird happens. So I'll get these together, and then I'll be able to put the tailpiece in. All right. So neck is on, that's real simple. We'll put the tailpiece on, and then we should be good to put strings on it. I haven't made a bridge yet, but I'm waiting for bridge height to totally kind of tailor that, just to be sure. So I'm gonna run a ruler over my frets to check my bridge height, because this is a little non-standard. And then we'll make a bridge, but we'll get the tailpiece on first, and then we'll be almost ready. So I did a little ombre effect of it going from white to gray on the tailpiece. It's hard to tell in the video, but you'll be able to see here in a little bit what it does. So let's get this little guy installed. Now I made it adjustable up and down obviously, but we'll see how much of that we need once we get strings on it. Hyped.
All right, so this morning I have to make a pip, and I'm hoping to put some strings on it here soon. So the pip is the little piece that holds the 5th string up, right by the 5th peg. And so you need a little piece that's about, like, basically it's a separate nut for the separate string. So all I'm gonna use is a piece of the catalog's cut off for the nut, so it'll match. And I'm just gonna dome this over and slot it like I would a nut, and get it to the right height, which is really tiny, and pin it in place. So I'll have a post in there, little places. So we'll zoom in here and make a pip. And then the next step up, I won't narrate, I guess. I have an extra bridge that I made for a banjo a while back that I wasn't happy with, but I'm just gonna use it to test string height before I cut off the real deal bridge that's a hard maple with a redwood cap. So, but this will tell me my string height. I'm curious to see how much higher it needs to be or lower. So, let's do that. Now, some cases in small bits like this, it is easier to clamp the file or the plane or whatever your tool is and move the work over it versus having the chatter or a small little fight with your workpiece. We'll cut it and pin it. First sounds. And it looks like even though this is a temporary bridge, dang it. In my haste, I put it over the hook. I forgot to put it through the string here, the hole here for added pressure. Dang it. So this is a set of strings that I bought. I love the straight up strings for banjos. But I bought some light ones by accident, and so I never put them on an instrument because I like the heavy strings. So this is a light set of strings that I'm using, so we'll see how it goes. I've never played with them before, but I gotta do that. So let's undo what I just did and make it right. So I'm gonna put on the rest of the strings and then I'll show you guys the end. I got all the strings on it, got the pip installed, everything looks good. I have to adjust the nut just a little bit still, but the main thing I need to do is I wish I had lowered the neck, not 1/8 of an inch if you saw previous videos, but a little more. I'll show you why, but I gotta say I'm pretty hyped on this thing. So here it is. And I'll get glamour shots and detail shots and all that jazz. But the neck, I lined up the scoop with the top of the tone ring, not thinking that the tension hoop would go below that, intentionally for the aesthetics. So I wish I had dropped this another 1/8 of an inch because the bridge needs to be a little taller than normal. If I dropped it another 1/8 of an inch, the bridge would be a standard height. So I have to work on the bridge a little bit. It needs to be just a little adjusted. I haven't shaped it or anything yet, so the sound's gonna change. So this is just the kind of first sounds of our little Chipmunk Banjo, but it is really well balanced. It sits like right at this spot, right? It is wonderful in how it sits in your lap, and it rings out really well with this ceramic body. Yeah, it's got a great resonance. Yeah, she loud. But some little things I would have changed. Like I said, this is an experimental one. I wish I made the tailpiece a little smaller. I like the look of it, but I wish the strings came in more. I wasn't thinking about that when I made that shape because I was just worried about the overall look, not hole placement. So I wish I'd done that a little smaller. Wish I'd put the neck down just a hair, which would adjust the bridge height. But everything else, I'm pretty stoked on. I like the way it turned out. I might be making more of these in the future. So let me know what you think. And we'll do a little wrap up here in a second. I'll set up lights and stuff and do an actual sound sample in the same place I do all the others. And then we'll get some glamour shots of it up. And that'll be a wrap. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following along. And I hope you guys enjoyed the little Chipmunk Banjo. And hope to see you next time on whatever else we get into. All right, let's see some glamour shots, and here's some recording of it. This is a fun project to do, so thank you again for following along. Enjoy.